Welcome to Damaging Hooks, the show that takes you ringside with boxing's most captivating fighters. Today we're diving deep into the world of a true knockout artist, Jai Opetaia. His rise has been explosive, his power is undeniable, and his fighting style, well, let's just say it sends chills down your spine.
What's fascinating about Opetaia is that he's not just a brawler. There's a calculated aggression to his style, a combination of raw power and tactical intelligence that makes him incredibly dangerous.
Exactly. We've got a stack of articles here detailing his journey, his brutal fighting style, those thunderous knockouts. And we're even going to delve into a potential future matchup against one of the biggest names in boxing, Alexander Usyk.
It's a matchup that has the potential to be absolutely explosive, a true clash of styles.
Before we get into all that, though, make sure you hit that like button, share this episode with your friends, and subscribe to Damaging Hooks so you don't miss any of our deep dives into the world of combat sports. Now let's unpack Opetaia's journey. He hails from Sydney, Australia, and turned pro at just 18 years old. That's some serious dedication.
It is, and you can see the influence of his Samoan heritage, that warrior spirit, woven into his fighting style. He fights with a primal intensity that's captivating to watch.
It's like he's channeling generations of strength. You see him in the ring, and it's like watching a force of nature unleashed. That speed, that agility, and those punches, they're devastating. You can't teach that kind of power.
No, you can't. It's raw, it's instinctive, and it's what makes him such a threat in the cruiserweight division. He doesn't just knock his opponents down, he breaks their will.
And that brings us to a fight that truly launched Opetaia onto the world stage, the Briedis upset.
This fight was a turning point. Maris Briedis, a former unified cruiserweight champion, was undefeated at the time, facing off against Opetaia. Nobody really gave the young Aussie a chance.
But Opetaia didn't just win. He dismantled Briedis. It was a display of dominance that shocked the boxing world.
It was a masterclass in controlled aggression. Opetaia showed incredible composure, tactical skill, and then unleashed that signature power. He broke Briedis' jaw in the process, but kept going, showing incredible grit and determination.
That's the thing about Opetaia. He's got this incredible mental toughness. Even with a broken jaw, he kept pressing the attack, landing those brutal power punches. That's what earned him the WBO cruiserweight title and put the entire division on notice.
That fight proved that Opetaia is more than just a brawler. He's a patient, adaptable boxer who can outthink and outfight a champion. He's a thinking fighter. And that's what makes him so dangerous.
And that tactical brilliance, that ability to control the fight we see again and again. The Jack Massey fight is another great example.
Absolutely. Massey was a solid contender, but Opetaia dictated the pace of that fight from the opening bell. It wasn't just about throwing bombs. He used a constant jab to keep Massey off balance, then followed with body shots that wore him down. It was like watching a predator stalking its prey.
I'm not sure I'd call it stalking. It felt more like a demolition crew going to work. Opetaia just kept coming forward, breaking Massey down both physically and mentally. By the time those power punches started landing, the fight was all but over.
You're right, it was a demolition job. And what's terrifying for his opponents is that he seems to thrive in that chaos. He feeds off that energy, that intensity.
And then you've got the David Nika fight. Nika, a beast in his own right, known for his knockout power and athleticism. This was a clash of titans. And again, Opetaia came out on top.
This fight showcased Opetaia's ability to adapt his style to different opponents. Nika also has an aggressive style, likes to push the pace. But Opetaia didn't fall into the trap of a slugfest. He used his footwork, his angles, to create openings and land those power punches.
It was almost like watching a matador in the ring. He would evade Nika's attacks with those subtle movements. Then, bam, counter with a crushing blow.
That's a great analogy, and it speaks to the intelligence behind Opetaia's aggression. He's not just a mindless brawler. He's a master at setting traps, creating opportunities to unleash his power.
Speaking of adapting, it makes you wonder how he'd approach a fight against a completely different type of boxer. Someone like Alexander Usyk. Usyk, a master technician. A former undisputed cruiserweight champion. Now reigning in the heavyweight division. It's a hypothetical matchup that has the boxing world buzzing.
It's a clash of styles that's almost impossible to predict. You have Usyk, the master technician, the brilliant strategist, versus Opetaia, the raw power, the relentless aggressor. It's a classic boxer versus brawler scenario. But with Opetaia, there's always more to it than meets the eye.
Right. He's got that ferocious power, that animalistic intensity, but he's also incredibly intelligent in the ring. He picks his shots, he wears his opponents down. So how would he approach a fight against someone like Usyk? Would he try to outbox him?
Yeah.
Or would he stick to that relentless pressure that's become his trademark?
That's the million-dollar question. On the one hand, you could see Opetaia trying to overwhelm Usyk with his power and aggression. But on the other hand, Usyk is a master at using his opponent's aggression against them. He's incredibly elusive, and he has a knack for finding those counterpunching opportunities.
It would be a fascinating chess match to see those two styles clash. Opetaia, the relentless predator, versus Usyk, the elusive matador. But even with all of Usyk's technical skill, I can't help but wonder, could he withstand those bombs that Opetaia throws?
That's the question, isn't it? Usyk's never faced anyone with Opetaia's kind of raw power. It would be a test of his chin, for sure. But you can't count out Usyk's heart either. He's a proven champion. He's been in tough fights before, and he knows how to adapt.
True. It would definitely be a test for both fighters. For Opetaia, it would be about proving he can outsmart a master technician like Usyk. He can't just rely on brute force. He'd need to be patient, pick his shots, and maybe even show us some new tricks, some defensive moves we haven't seen yet.
Exactly, and that's what makes this potential matchup so intriguing. Could Opetaia rise to that challenge? Could he add another layer to his game, become even more dangerous? It would be a defining moment in his career.
A win against Usyk would catapult Opetaia to the top of the boxing world, no doubt. But even if he doesn't get that fight, or doesn't win, it's clear he's already achieved something special. This guy, he's got that it factor, that aura of a champion.
He does, and it's not just about the wins and losses, it's about the way he fights, that ferociousness, that relentless pursuit of the knockout. It's captivating.
You know, it's interesting. We've been talking a lot about Opetaia's power and aggression, but there's another side to his story that's equally impressive. His ability to overcome adversity. This guy's faced his share of setbacks, injuries, long layoffs, but he always comes back stronger.
That's a hallmark of true champions. It's not about avoiding setbacks. It's about how you respond to them. And Opetaia, he responds with even more fire, more determination.
Think about that Briedis fight. He suffers a broken jaw early on, but does he back down? No way. He pushes through the pain, keeps attacking, and ultimately, he breaks Briedis, both physically and mentally.
That's mental toughness. You just can't teach. It's that warrior spirit, that refusal to quit, that makes Opetaia such a formidable opponent. He's not just fighting for victory. He's fighting to prove something, to conquer any obstacle in his path.
It's inspiring, really. It shows that even in the face of adversity, you can still achieve greatness if you have the heart and the will to keep pushing forward.
It's a message that resonates far beyond the boxing ring. Opetaia's journey is a testament to the power of perseverance, the importance of mental toughness, and the unwavering pursuit of your goals.
He's a role model. Not just for young boxers, but for anyone facing challenges in life. He proves that you can overcome anything if you have the right mindset and the determination to succeed.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive into the world of Jai Opetaia, let's take a moment to appreciate not just his physical prowess, but also his unwavering spirit, his ability to overcome adversity, and his relentless pursuit of greatness.
He's a true champion, both inside and outside the ring, and his journey is far from over. We'll be back in just a moment to explore the future of Jai Opetaia and what might lie ahead for this incredible athlete. We've talked about Opetaia's ferocious fighting style, his incredible mental toughness, and that potential showdown with Usyk. But the cruiserweight division is a shark tank, and there are plenty of other hungry contenders out there looking to take Opetaia's title. What do you think? What does the future hold for him?
The future is bright, that's for sure. Opetaia is still young, he's hungry, and he's got that champion's mindset. He's already made it clear that he wants to unify the titles, and I think that's a realistic goal for him.
I agree. He's got the talent, the power, and the drive to achieve anything he sets his mind to. But it won't be easy. The cruiserweight division is full of tough guys, and they're all gunning for him now that he's the champion.
That's true, but that's what makes it exciting. Every fight will be a challenge, a test of his skills and his will. And I think Opetaia thrives on that pressure. He's a warrior, and he wants to prove himself against the best.
You know, thinking about his style, it's almost primal, isn't it? There's that raw, animalistic aggression, that relentless pursuit of the knockout. It's like watching a force of nature unleashed.
It's captivating. And it's not just about brute force. There's an intelligence to his aggression. He sets traps. He creates openings. He picks his shots. He's a thinking fighter. And that's what makes him so dangerous.
Exactly. He's not just a brawler. He's a chess player in the ring. He's always a few moves ahead, anticipating his opponent's next move and waiting for the perfect moment to strike.
And I think we'll see him continue to evolve as a fighter. He's still young. He's still learning. And he's got a great team behind him. I wouldn't be surprised to see him add new wrinkles to his game, become even more dangerous and versatile.
That's a scary thought for the rest of the division. But for fans like us, it's what keeps us on the edge of our seats. We want to see those explosive knockouts, those displays of raw power. But we also want to see him outsmart his opponents. Show us that he's more than just a puncher.
He's the total package, and that's why he's so exciting to watch. He's got the power to knock anyone out, the skill to outbox them, and the heart of a champion.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of Jai Opetaia, one thing is clear. This is a fighter who is just getting started. His journey is far from over. And I have a feeling we're going to see some incredible things from him in the years to come.
Absolutely. Keep your eyes on this one, folks. Jai Opetaia is a force to be reckoned with, and he's only going to get better.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Damaging Hooks for more deep dives into the world of combat sports. We'll be back soon with another episode. Until then, stay tuned.